here I am with the one and only Derek Thigpen, player of many instruments.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
But now it's like predominantly bass, right? So you play bass, you play saxophone.
Yeah, the bass, sax, flute, clarinet, guitar, piano. Because my big two influences obviously are like jazz, and then probably to everybody's like weirded out surprise like prog and metal and stuff. That's where that's like my two, like that's where I go to like kind of get ideas and think, and a lot of different influences because of the bunch of different styles that I end up playing over the years, whether it be like blues or soul or funk or jazz or even country and like folk and stuff, like trying to really blend in as much as I can with like whatever genre that I'm doing. So like obviously with a lot of this stuff and a lot of like old soul music, thinking back to like James Jamerson, I'm thinking back to like a lot of stuff that Leland Sklar recorded on a lot of people's stuff, because my god, that man has recorded on literally everything. My god. Pino Palladino, playing with D'Angelo, and also Raphael Sadiq. Yeah. Also to influence in trying to like get a good fusion of all of the old and all of the new. To kind of make the fusion of the kind of like the revival of old soul that you're wanting.
I know it's taken years to finally release this song because we recorded it 5 years ago.
I remember that you came to me with like the bass line, thinking of kind of like, because you said you wanted like kind of like a Michael Jackson kind of like vibe to it. Trying to kind of mimic what was the song? I can't remember what the song was, but there was something that you had in mind for that, and so we just literally just went off of the and just went off of that.
What do you play on the chorus again for that? Listen to it, but
nothing too exciting. Just
So I'm also curious too, like, the fills were really cool. How long did it take you to kind of embellish that part? Because I know with like Carey, when he was playing like guitar riffs like on First Time and some of these other songs, like he developed it over playing it live for just years on end. So it's probably the same
literally
thing.
The same thing. Just the more we did it, the more I felt comfortable just messing around with stuff and everything, because it took me a second to, it always takes me a second just to like kind of understand like, okay, what are we trying to do with this? Like, where are we trying to like set the groove and everything? Like, what are we doing for transitions? Where are we trying to take certain things? And then after like I really like feel like we're comfortable with the song, then I start like messing around and start saying like, okay, he's comfortable. Let's try some stuff and see if it throws you off. I tend to avoid it, but more often than not, you're okay with it.
Yeah, and I also think too that when we're in the studio too, it's a little bit different. Where what I like is that you find the space. If you're going to do some wicked run, I don't think it's in this song. It's either in this one or First Time or Cruel Fool's Eye. But there's just one part at the end of a lick where it's just. But it's so cool. It is really awesome whenever we get to it all.
I do things in all three. I move around a lot. It happens. I mean, in the studio it was a little different because with a lot of what I would have normally done, Stuart like really was helping me like not necessarily like try and fill up as much space, and take more advantage of the space that I did have to actually like put something meaningful there, and try and just focus more on the repetition and the groove of everything instead of like trying to be more, you know, just let my hands do whatever the hell they want.
Yes.
I like to get mathy, and I sort of make it work in your stuff. Yeah. It works sometimes.
Do you have those moments in their studio where you're just like, or you just finished a part and you're like, that would be cool, but nah, I don't know if it works.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of times, because I think it's like, oh, it'd be cool if I did like this weird ass diminished lick right here, and then like tried to do this like cool like metric modulation thing, all these ridiculous music terms going through my head, and then I also have to think, wrong style of music, not what we're looking for at all.
I imagine it must be difficult too. In the studio, you played the song a bunch of times, you get more comfortable with the song, but you want to lay something down, and an idea comes to you. Like, I don't have a lot of studio experience on instruments. Everything is just vocal, so I don't know what that feeling is like, where you feel like you want to throw something in there, but you have to pull back and reserve because you're like, you just want to get a clean track. Like, everyone else is playing well, don't fuck this up.
Yeah, that's literally, it's just, because whenever you're playing live, you kind of just develop, like, you kind of develop an autopilot on certain things after you play songs, like, so many times, and, like, you start to, like, get into a good groove of how everything feels.
Yeah.
And it's, like, we get into, like, a good flow of, like, how the show's going, and then, like, the energy is at a certain point, so we're like, okay, we're gonna play this like this. We're gonna kind of go all out for certain things. Like, I had a lot of trouble, recording Mine.
Oh.
Because I had to simplify a lot of things that I was thinking about. Oh, Mine was a pain for me to record. That was
and then once you get to the end, or I guess the part of the breakdown that changes, and like every 8 bars you're playing something just slightly different, even though you're following the same chord progression. And but rhythmically, it's super cool. It really adds a lot to the song.
It was really good for me though, because it made me like really sit down and think like, okay, I really do have to pay attention and just make sure I understand how to just sit there and actually groove and not try and add so much, and just try and like have a good foundation for everything else to build off of. Like actually have like a solid recording.
Like, what sticks out in your mind, like the overall experience of recording at Wire and on the album? Like, what was it like? It's very broad because we recorded it over like a year. Yeah. Basically, kind of went in and out, and then COVID was in the middle of that.
It was a super comfy place to record. Yeah. Yeah. Stuart was the best. Stuart is the best. Not was the best. He is the best.
He's fun, man.
Yeah. He's great. It was a wonderful time. I learned a lot just sitting around in that studio, listening to him talk, listening to how he makes things. That's
actually one of the best parts, is just listening to him tell stories.
Right? It's so, oh my gosh, there's just so many. The tacos.
Oh yeah, the one across the street. I don't know the name of the truck.
I don't know.
But it's really good.
Yeah.
It's like 17 or 18 songs by now.
I was about to say, it's all like, my God, we tracked a lot of songs. Then we retracked a lot of songs too.
Yeah.
It's a toss up between
hit and run.
And it also made me realize too that I've changed that part a good bit since we recorded it. Because some of these we recorded earlier, and as we went on and kept playing them live and kept like kind of like tweaking them for tours and stuff, it's like,
do you remember what you tracked versus what you played now?
Yeah, what I tracked is actually a lot more simpler. Just and now it's more. more and stuff. And it's that one and Keep Your Head Down. Down Low. Yeah, it's like, why can't I remember the names of any of these songs?
I think it was Kansas City or Denver where you had the giant pizza slice photo.
That was Kansas City.
Okay.
That was Kansas City. That was a great slice of pizza. Oh my god.
Show us, yeah, but the pizza.
Honestly, my favorite show that we've played, and both times that we've been there, it's been my favorite time that we've been there. Carbondale.
Yeah. Oh god. Even though the tree fell on your car the first time?
Even though the tree fell on my car the first time. It's a hilarious story. It's like I got a funny story out of it. It's fantastic. But
yeah, Carbondale, basically in Illinois, we played on the SIU campus. The first year we went, there was a thunderstorm that, like, it really showed up within 30 seconds. 50-mile-per-hour gusts and all that stuff.
God.
And we got 5 songs into our set, and the storm killed it. A tree, a low-hanging, heavy branch fell onto his car, and he had to drive back with a huge dent in the top.
It's actually my wife's car, and it was fun to call her and be all like, so, a tree fell on your car, and she's honestly, God, her first reaction is all like, shut up, no it didn't. Because I mean, how do you sell that? How do you make that believable? It's like, a tree fell on your car. That's obviously someone's messing around with you. That's like, so yeah, that's fun. That was fun.
That was just awkward. And then we went back the following year because they felt bad for us. We came back and we played a really killer show.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. That's a great spot.
Yeah.
It was right on the campus up there. What's the college over there?
Southern Illinois.
Yeah.
University.
Yeah. It was right on the campus over there in front of the auditorium.
Yeah.
It was really cool. That was a really fun show. Currently, I'm on the last year of my master's, trying to finish that out. Should be done in the spring. Give a recital and all that nonsense.
Oh, cool. So you got all that to work on.
Yeah. So, it's keeping me busy right now. It's keeping me very, very busy. Also, working on writing some things for some more jazz fusion-y type funk groups here and there, trying to play some weird stuff
like
from time to time.
How weird can I get these songs?
Yeah,
you're pushing the envelope on weirdness.
No? I'm like you know those like Glad Force Flex trash bags?
Yeah.
I'm like shoving pizza boxes in there, and just seeing like how many pizza boxes can I get in here before it's
good way to think of it.
Yeah. That's about how weird it's getting out there and stuff.
Yeah. Then you will be a master of the bass.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, awesome, everyone. This is Derek Thigpen, bass player on the so far still untitled album, but new tracks coming out. Keep Your Life Funky is the one releasing September 15th, which is actually in 2 days. So by the time this airs, it'll already be a week later. But this is Derek Thigpen signing out.